Hello, greetings. Thank you for joining us for tonight's broadcast of chat questions for the webinar. Make sure everything's working right. I would share my screen, but I can't. So if you're new to all of this, well, you just go to ivantower.com and that's about it. Okay. All right. Thank you for those that I've posted. All right. Here we go. Blessings. Galactic connections. Angels, universe, aliens, whatever we got here to assist, please help us do so. Pamela, are there any messages for me from my higher self? Just keep continuing your path. Vegetables are good. Change your diet to less meat, at least from what it's saying. Of course, go by what you're feeling. Your journey is to, express your feelings to others. So it's your best health, whatever works for you. I mean, you can still have meat if you still do it all, but maybe kind of change the portions of it. It's up to you, whatever you feel. But just a suggestion from the spirit world. How many hybrid children does my daughter have? Does my daughter Star have? It feels like it's with the felines. 6 is what I'm getting. I'm also seeing an elephant being from Sirius. So that's what I'm seeing at the moment. Crystal Snow, are there any messages from Poseidon? Let's see. Yes, you do connect to him in astral. You are actually, he's very connected to Yeshua also. Like I said, there's similar beings in some ways. Let's see, message for you just to just continue your path, of course, but realize your Mother Earth connections are actually in strengthening. So you're connecting to the male energies of Mother Earth, you can say. And Poseidon, he says he's kind of sorry for some of the problems he brought to you in the past. It has not been the easiest one to connect to. I actually see him very connected to Anunnaki. So, question 2, are there any messages from Jesus? There is still a self-forgiveness that has not been fully connected to fully. Forgiveness of yourself and others is something to look back into. And also, you're a healer. The same as him, basically, obviously, the Archon grid, or however you want to word it, is intensifying itself in some areas. Glimpses of it should come to you also. As for healing the negativity around the earth, it might just come to you basically where your energies are needed to assist humanity. It does seem like you're going through an internal healing that will take you to the next step of your evolution. Just allow yourselves to open up more, basically. Where that's coming from. Gundium, any messages for my guides? And just share your feelings with others. Travel if you can, or at least to travel in areas that are not too long distance, but places that you can try new places, basically. Galactic areas, places Alpha Centauri to connect to, and places in Sirius constellations you can connect with. You look at a map or a star map or whatever feels comfortable for you, but it's up to you. It feels like there's messages and more connections there for you. Any messages from Dimension of Pazo? It's an interdimensional. Well, it's I'm seeing it's an interdimensional being that travels through dimensions very easily, like a frog being. Now, just go by what your feelings on that. Pazo is kind of like Dimension X. Can't get lost easily. So, however you want to word that or connect with that. It's kind of like the Nexus and was it Star Trek and Generations in some ways. So, Ariane, any messages? Basically, that is just whatever you want happens. It's like a temporary dimension, let's put it that way. Marianne, any messages for me? The dragon energies are very strong with you today. You are uplifting vibrations. You are going into the biblical time period, healing a great deal of that. As for what is being brought to you in this dimension is you're going into a maturity of not necessarily just connecting to dragons, but also other beings of advancing your direction. Basically, you're seeing timelines differently. In this dimension, timelines should be becoming easier for you to see. It's like a recipe. Now, of course, your mainstream human won't connect to that. They don't know what the hell we're talking about most of the time. It's basically, yeah, seeing timelines, a little bit, glimpses of it. I do feel that with people. I get a feeling of this, feeling of that. It should become more accurate over time. Question 2, I had 2 dreams about flat-headed beings. Who were they? Feels like they're from Sirius. The message from you is that they're assisting the planet more, basically. You call them the flatheads. They're here at a glance, they say. They are working with the Earth's chakras. As this planet is attracting more energies here, there should be more weather anomalies that people want to be able to understand. As basically we're going to a new shift. So, yeah, with these scandals that might occur, basically of healing the dark side of the earth, at least what human nature is bringing, you should be able to. They're assisting with that, more truths to be brought in, from what it feels like. Many beings are involved with that. Canyon Dance, any messages for me? Just one moment. Yeah, share your attitude, share your thoughts with people. I do see like a relationship or something around those lines coming into more clearance, but not yet. You're getting there, as it's going to show up in your energy field soon, but it has not fully manifested itself. It's in the works. That's all I can pick up on. Any other messages? Just does seem like you are connected to Alpha Centauri. There's other places, Alpha Centauri, basically for getting more positive feedback energies. It does seem like you're in Sirius and Sagittarius and Orion, but Alpha Centauri is another place that you go to for healing. And connecting to this reality, probably gave Mars a break for now, but Alpha Centauri energy is basically to heal a lot of Anunnaki energies here. Anunnaki is playing a big role as manipulation. Not seen yet. Many humans are connected to the reptilian dimension, a reptilian way of the timeline. The lost is a good word for it. So, just you should start seeing things a little bit more differently here and there. Nothing too major. Many are getting a slight upgrade. Carol, any messages for me? Just meditate with your energies. There's a dragon vibration that's coming through your heart chakra. As for basically, you are ending an old timeline. It seems you are connected to Yeshua's energies. As for upgrading your own senses, especially with your family. Question 2, any messages from my higher self? Just Know that you are on track, and the family that you are with, you're helping them in their direction. But here you're doing, like I believe it said, you're doing most of your work in astral. So, but yeah, just health is number one. Of course, caring for your family, but your health is number one right now. Number one priority. Just do what you feel. Exercise good, whatever it might be. Walking, just what you feel is right. Uh, Noah, any messages from Yeshua? Just creativity is key. I do see job opportunities popping up, so it's up to you. Yeah, it's not always going to be the clearest job opportunity, but you are going to that direction of finding a new place or place of residence, you could say, for working. At least it's in the horizon. It's in your energy field. That's coming from Yeshua's energy. Any other messages? Yeah, I see you're very connected to the Arcturians, and that energy is basically adding more confidence to yourself. And the red rose is like an Arcturian plant, you can say. Probably there's different types, but our red rose is very Arcturian. It's something you can meditate with. But basically, as you go back to spirit energies, you probably feel a lot more Arcturian assistance more than anything. As they are, yes, life isn't going the fastest, but it's, you almost feel like you're on a ship. Everybody's on the ship. Just that ship isn't always the easiest situation. It's like you're on Earth, but we're on ship too. We're in different realities, but we are also on a alien ship. Some have difficulties believing that, but probably some do feel it. So, and your alien ship is Arcturian once again. So, usually don't show it that clearly. Stephen Davies, what am I doing in Astral? I see you around a Yael a lot recently, and they have had difficulties connecting to this Earth. They've had a lot of because humans aren't listening. They're going to a darker path through the reptilian manipulations. They aren't aware of it, of course. So many humans are aware. So you're assisting the Yael also to awaken humanity. Not saying how. It's almost like babysitting in some ways. It really is. It really does feel that way. From an alien perspective, it's like they're babysitting humanity. Yeah, because they're not willing to let go of this reality. So you're helping the Yael connect more with humans. Of course, you're with other species too, but I think that the Yael really feels like they kind of slacked off or something like that. The battle of the reptilians is not the easiest. They've had defeated many times. What it feels like. You get the humanity gets in the comfort zone of 3D, and they just sort of, oh, that's true, that's not, blah 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 blah. It's like a ping pong ball, back and forth, not going anywhere. That's humanity. Jeez. That's the third dimension. Question 2: any messages for me? Yeah, it seems like the Pleiadian energies are connecting to a lot recently. Pleiadian vibrations are continuing to get stronger because their influence here is going to get stronger over time. Now, I mean, they're helping us figure it out. They see like the food supply is going to improve over time. And so it seems to be where some of your energies are. Basically, yeah, because that has a lot to do with the manipulations going on here. So just connect to the vibration that feels right for you, but definitely Pleiadian vibrations is, I would say some of it's connected to the UN because of that. And you are going to Agartha, of course. Many politicians go to Agartha. They don't remember, of course. I believe you're there too, from what I see. Waking people up. You could show up in their dreams, it seems. James, Uh, maybe one night, a very well respected Roman Emperor Marcus Aurelius Aurelius would like to say hi to us. People still read his literature today. Oh, really? I haven't heard about that. Aurelius, or I don't know, I can't pronounce that. I didn't know that. I don't know who that is. Okay, yeah. What books? Meditations. Oh, really? The book, The Thoughts. I think that's his books. The Essential Marcus, or Aurelius. Okay. Yeah, I feel him around. That's neat. That's not really a question, but yeah. But he wants people to be more confident in themselves, to kind of strayed away into other people's thoughts and other people's minds, not even themselves or somebody else. So they go into other people. It's like they can't find an identity. So people are dressed up like other people. Some are so into that they don't even know. They don't realize that they're not even them. They don't trust themselves. They become somebody else. That makes sense. There's a lot of that. So they're lost. They get depressed easily. They don't allow the truth to come through sometimes, and that's where the alien stuff, reptilian or whatever it is, it helps. And so they block all that out and say it's not real. So they become stagnated and nowhere. That's some people are unicorn people, which makes sense. Some people are elephant people or horse people, etc., etc. Question 2: the vast majority of humanity awakened without the unseen negative influence that is so rampant now? Uh, well, well, no, they're probably going to connect to the negative side. It's it has a lot to do with it's different layers. Like alien disclosure is here. It's just there's so much negativity in humanity's consciousness. I'm not sure if they're gonna be able to I don't know if they know how to let go of it. It's like they have a relationship with darkness and they don't even realize it. They think it's all normal, but they don't realize it. They're not ready to let go of it. I think it's part of because it's like reptilians say. Well, from what I get from reptilians, being negative is normal. Well, not all reptilians, but the ones that are causing difficulties. Yeah, get mad, get angry. Yeah, show that pain all the time. That's what they want. So, of course, there's some cases when you go to work and all you do is feel pain. So, pain and suffering. I know what that feels like. It sucks. So I don't know. It doesn't look good right now. In the future, I don't know because if people do see aliens, they say it's not real. They're just if they saw an action, they already see it already with the ships. They're not. There's always going to be a hostile environment here. It seems. So I don't know. Some will awaken, most won't. Jeez. I don't know. I'm also feeling that some people will be, as Earth goes into awakening, some people in the third dimension will be put on a different planet or something like that. You can continue your madness somewhere else, and they won't know it. They'll just be, it's a high possibility of that because some I feel here are just not going to change. They're just not. They just don't know how. They don't know how to get out of the cage they're put in when they're incarnated. And they've probably been doing it for many incarnations in the past too. So not ready to heal that side of themselves. So not looking good from this point. From right now, not in the future. Um, it's a possibility, but like with alien disclosure and all, of course, some of us get into our own little worlds. I am guilty of that. I see alien disclosure very easily. It does not mean that we're not building up to it. It's just that the majority of humanity is locked into this darkness that there's no end to it. It's ugly, as you can see. That is the reptilian influence. There's others too, Mars, etc. But a lot of it's reptilian. Reptilians are loving it. It's like they're children; they don't know any better. Jeez, it's something else. Caleb, any messages for me from the Arcturians, Dolores Cannon, or any other beings? You have the same abilities as she does. You're, at your own. You put your own style to it. But you can do the same work as her if you wish. You don't have to go into a direction she has or a glimpse into it, or you have an ability of connecting to the past lives also. Past life connections. You're able to go into another side of yourselves, like going into a doorway of you and see what you pick up on. So just, yeah, you can do like a small, short meditation, just like looking into yourself. So what do you see? Do you reptilian? I know, I'm sorry I'm writing that up, but they're kind of everywhere. At least their influences. Presence. Can you go into my connection to the Arcturians and provide some insight? There's that to what you pick up about my proposed purpose of this incarnation. It feels like a lot of us to forgive other. Oh yes, you help humanity speed up the energies to connect to the galactic energies. There's much more to it than that, but it seems like to speed up in some shape or form. Yeah, while you're here, you're connecting to the sun, as we all do, but one moment. Yeah, I mean, they're not going to give me the full details here because it's public, but it just has a lot to do with, galactic, as you see human cloning connected to it also. People aren't ready for that stuff yet. They can't get out of their own depression, let alone understand human cloning. It is quite rampant here, actually. It is a major source of confusion. And some aren't. Yeah, it's to the political groups and celebrities. So I believe you're keeping an eye on quite a bit of that. Might be able to connect on it. Now, I've been given kind of the wrong impressions. There's a right, there's a wrong too, but a clone is, it's basically usually it's another soul. It's not really your soul. Can they clone souls? I don't think they're that good. Now, it's a darker version of you. That might be the case. But they can't create souls, but they can get other versions of you to incarnate, to take over that clone's body. Yes. And they can control that one. It's really yours. So, I love it. So that's what I see with that. So that's where I feel like that's where a lot of the cloning, human cloning, there's probably more to it, but I think that's enough right now. That's what they're giving me. Jeez. Yeah, it's been a long day. It's been a nice, wonderful day at work. Maddie, I was wondering if you can ask my higher self what are some of the names of the most popular planets in this galaxy except for the Earth. What is that planet like? Oh, okay. One moment. The one that was an Era, the Palladian world. People like connecting to that one. I know that you already know about Saturn, but I believe Saturn is actually a popular one. Yeah. Okay, they're gonna go to the one just in our solar system, Jupiter's too, but Saturn's actually a major highway going through there. There's another one. It starts with a U, but they're not giving me the full details of what it's called. But we'll just leave it at that. It's like in Sagittarius, I think. But they're not. Yeah, it starts with a U, but they're not. They're not really giving me an indication of what the word is. Doesn't matter. But Saturn is really Saturn. Saturn, because remember we are, the bad boy of the universe. Jeez. Hooray. Something to be proud of there. So, or bad girl, whatever you want to call it. Everybody's looking at us right now. Quite a bit of them are. It's like, how did you do that to your planet? So, yeah. I believe that we're at least the top 5 at least of pain in the ass planets. So everybody's looking towards us, but Saturn is filtering a lot of junk and good and everything. So yeah, that planet that I'm picking up in is like it's in Sagittarius. We can call it U, but it's with the letter U. That's funny. U. I just thought about it. Jeez. It's kind of a joke, galactic joke. What alien past lives are most really connected to? Am I most connected to, and what's the connection? Well, I'm actually seeing horse incarnations. That's with the Arcturians, but there's different beings with that. No, an alien horse. Feels like mostly Orion, insectoid incarnations also. The horses, imagine you can visualize this, just very political, very strong. They like to travel. They got that down. So, yeah, you can probably feel them galactically you see them on ships. Of course, your average human would be like, right. Well, your average human doesn't know much, obviously. And insectoid is probably the most prominent alien being. So very colorful insectoid lifetimes. Realize your senses are very open too, and they don't have all this human drama and all this stuff that we have. So, like a butterfly, a kind of very colorful insectoid, very beautiful insectoid. Of course, you've had human incarnations too, but I see a lot of insectoid energies with you. Those are fun. But we have all kinds of stuff. I mean, just because, it's a bug. Come on, man. I mean, bugs look at humans and say the same thing. It's like, so, especially with all the trouble we have on this planet. It's like, all the aliens are scratching their heads. How'd you get this far? All right, Donna Riggs, what are the Red Shoes clubs? Are shoes made of human skin are worn by pedos as their twisted namesake of the event. Yeah, it feels like it's a code word. Yeah, it's a code. It's just, they're talking code, obviously. I mean, I didn't realize chicken was involved. Gee, nothing. I mean, it's like even chicken, you can't even use that word. Gee, you can be innocent with it. God, there's no end to it. So yeah, I feel like it's yeah, thank you for that. Yeah, about the Illuminati. Yeah, I'm gonna go more into this pedo stuff. Unfortunately, I know it's not a fun subject matter, but yeah, I mean, I was gonna, that's I feel Hollywood is an easy target of lifting the veil, and pedo stuff needs to be healed. It needs to open itself up. So it thinks it can hide forever, but once it lifts, like we see the truth of it, it's going to be an ugly truth. I mean, like I already mentioned, I'm not going to mention it again. Director. It's like, I hate using that. Anyway, but yeah, they hide this stuff, and we even look at past videos. It's like I'm kind of putting together the pieces. It's creepy, but I'm not going to the child stuff. I'm just looking at with that Spielberg and seeing how he acts and stuff. And it's just like some things just aren't. It's like something there just doesn't feel right. So, of course, there are others, but they can't hide forever. They think they can. And red shoes, it's just, yeah, it's disgusting. Any messages inside of the next couple of weeks? As for you, yeah, well, yeah, I mean, not to say I have to connect to darkness, but I imagine people when they connect to that stuff, they do feel it. You bring light to it. It's not hidden as much as it used to be. It's like it hides and hides with ideas to bring it out. So, with your energy, I feel like you are working in astral, assisting the awakening. You probably can feel that that you want to end to all this as many do, and it's a troubling subject matter. But I believe your efforts are there, and there's other things. There's not just that, but that is one wound that is very controversial, and hard to make public. So I believe that's as for the next couple of weeks, now your alien connections will improve as you get more comfortable with the beings that are flying around or around you. But I believe the part of this darkness we're talking about, I believe you're going to connect. Remember we work astrally, so it's to lift the veil. It's like it's time to lift it. I feel a wave coming, so I'm just kind of researching it. Not your normal way, but because a lot of these, like Spielberg, he puts out this persona. I'm looking at that, and it's like, yeah. Oh, another movie, Hook, the movie he made. It's like creepy as hell. You can probably find it online. It's Hook. It's Robin. It's not Robin. It's Peter Pan, and just stuff there just looks. Ugh. I mean, you think it's Spielberg, it's innocent. It's like, wait a minute. It's like it's not looking good. So yeah, when you have everything and you can get twisted. Not always, but they're just the way it is. You mentioned recently that the Palladians were preparing for another mission. Could you give? Oh, sorry, this is Jim F. Could you give us some more information on this? I did complete my did I complete my previous mission? Yes. Your current. Let's see. Yes, your current. Yeah, is I believe it has a lot to do with uncovering darkness once again, as I was talking about with Donna's question. But I believe a lot of yours, yes, was Illuminati energies clearing that, bringing that into more of light in some shape or form. That's showing me how. I do see you connecting to the United Nations as connecting to alien beings to be a more positive connection with humans and aliens and all of this. There seems to be a great connection there as for more of bringing aliens have to come together, even though they don't always agree with each other, for the Earth to end its darkness here. So I see you around the United Nations a lot. So what your mission is clear out the Illuminati darkness. The Middle East, I believe, is part of your energy too. That's a fun one. And visualize it. What do you feel? What alien energies? When I feel the desert, I see insectoids, but I also see reptilians, but mostly insectoids. So, yeah, go by what you're feeling from that. What do you see? What do you see alien energies there? In the Middle East, could be Egypt, could be anywhere. What do you feel? Maybe Asia. See what you feel on that, because that's where your connections are. You're vast. You're like worldwide. So you might be in this place, but you connect world. It's not a big world. I mean, but you're kind of like the alien CIA, but in a good way. But I just gotta go himself. Any messages regarding my spiritual growth? Yeah, just like what I was just speaking about. Just let your imagination talk to you, because that's your actually your galactic. You're not making it up. It's actually your galactic connections. So yeah, you feel like you're more comfortable with your alien but which is also spiritual, but your alien connection. So, like, what is you visualize yourself as an alien? Probably a Palladian being. Yeah, as blue. I always see blue. I see blue skin a lot, but human, but with blue skin. Doesn't mean it has to be very dark. Some might be. Yeah, somebody asked a question about this. Because I like some of the black people, I don't believe all of them. Some of them are blue in the past, but due to the manipulations, the sun, and all kinds of who knows what, humans became darker. So, give you kind of understanding of that. So, uh, so yeah. Any message? Your spiritual growth, just let yourself go wild. Yeah. Free yourself. Some of us are like, I'm going to do this wrong. You won't do it wrong. Jess, you'll be fine. Jess, there's no wrong anyway. Archangel Raphael has been a strong presence to me lately. What messages does he have about my current energy and shifts occurring on so many levels for me at this time? Yeah, I think you're part of, I wouldn't call it the alien agenda of lifting darkness off the world. Now, I can think all these questions are be kind of connecting, at least because they're going through me. Is lifting the shadows, bring the shadows into light. So, I believe that's part of your main mission here with many of us here, and it probably would trigger more clearly. Might not be necessarily the what's going on with Hollywood or politics, whatever you feel, or spiritual communities for that matter. I need to yeah, get lost there real easily. But just it does seem like that's your agenda, basically. Isn't that what all the aliens are here for? Releasing negativity of the black projects, whatever it might be. So I think he's preparing you, basically. But there's more to it. My main guide indicates that a move to Hollywood is in my near future, around February of next year. I can't pronounce it. Aloha. I don't know what that is. Anyway, what more can you tell me about this? That's a possibility. I don't know if you're talking to anybody. It's a possibility. Yeah. If you have friends there, probably better if you know somebody. If you're just going to just go out there, but yeah, I think your energies will feel better out there. Possibly, but it's good to know somebody, of course, and having a job and all that would help too. So it might not be next year. I don't know. Just go by what you feel. If you know somebody, and yeah, but I don't know. Yeah, it feels like it's going to be a few years off, but maybe I'm wrong about that. Part of you will think like, hey, I'm going to go now. Sometimes when you connect to this stuff, you feel like it's sooner than later. Then again, February is not too far away, but it feels like it's going to be a couple years off. I could be wrong. If you know somebody there, you can get income there, or somebody's going to pay your way. Yeah, go for it. But that's usually the financial situation is always a factor. At least that's from my point of view. But yeah, you are working towards it though, for sure. Or if you want to go out there, go for it. Up to you. Eric N, what is my connection with Prime Creator? Yeah, you connect to Prime Creator. You help him with relationships on this world. I see divorce. But it's funny though, I see you helping people go through divorce. Which is probably the exact opposite you think what Prime Creator would want, but you're actually helping people separate. Because on this world, your contract to be with somebody that down the road you probably won't like anymore. There's different ways of looking at it. Because, there's marriage, but here it's like to death do you part. It's like, what are you talking about? It's like people change. You should be allowed to change that contract. It's like, yeah, you can be married to that person for a couple of years, but when you start you become opposites. It's like they stay with each other, they hate each other, people make them look like crap, make them feel like hell. Now, this is one of your connections, but I feel it's like, like in our generation, it's it's still tough, but it is, you know, if you have a divorce, it's not that big of a deal. Back in the 50s, it's like it was heresy. So I believe you help people break up. Yeah. I mean, in a healthy way. I know that sounds weird, but it does make sense. I don't usually see it like that, but it makes perfect sense. People marry you to death do you part. It's like, but what if you start hating each other? It's like, what happens then? You just kill each other and get it over with? Yeah, then destroy each other financially. I mean, what is that? Now I can make like marriage is like, yeah, so this world has a lot to learn. So, of course, you have other connections, but that feels like the strongest one for this world. So there's much more, obviously. Kind of like a brother energy. You disagree with him a lot, but that's okay. Then again, this God, I think a lot of people disagree with this God. Do the angels have any messages for me? Uh, yes, as you learn more about your path, you're going to see another way of looking at things. And that's one of them more is to come down the road. Just keep exploring. Connecting problem careers, excellent way of exploring your vibration. Sure. Angels, angelic realms, the higher angelic realms, 12th dimension, 13th dimension, on and on. Keep going as far as you need to go. 25th dimension, 100, go as high as you want to go for connecting. Just yeah, do what you feel. See what you get from it. Danielle, it's up to you, of course. Danielle, do the guys have any info on why am I so afraid of starting my money making adventures, even though I have very freedom like it's water? Probably because there's money connected to it. Because you want to do freedom, you want to do things, but you don't want to really spend. You don't want to pay for it. You know, you don't want to money. Money is kind of like a foreign language. It's like an energy. It just doesn't, it just doesn't sit with you that well. So, and part of you doesn't want anything to do with it. So, like your relationship with money has to be healed. You can say, yeah, it's just a whole money in general is like, it's kind of a pain. So you don't always agree with it. So you're gonna have to heal that side of it to make things go. I imagine you'll feel that. Any messages on this or things in general? Yeah, the money situation. Basically, you're used to incarnations where there are no money and where you can do whatever you want. You can say it's played incarnations, whatever it might be. It's many different worlds. So, let your let you go by what you feel about that. So, it's just on this world. It's kind of like it's pushing you back instead of going forward because you don't always agree with it, from what it seems. So just send healing to it. Yep, you do a past life regression on too through meditation. Martin, any messages for me? One moment. Yeah, you're just connecting to angelic energies at this time. You're connected to alien, but it feels like angelic vibrations are very strong. As for helping your guides connect to you on a more clear basis, you are clearing a lot of reptilian beings and allow more alien disclosure to occur. Let's give it time. Two, why is it that some people are beautiful and some people are ugly? To what degree does physical beauty reflect on inner world? Can an ugly person become more physically beautiful or using the mind to emotional body? I'm thinking about faces here. Most in body. Yeah, some do choose, some are just, yeah, because a lot of beautiful people are ugly in the inside. And some people are not that attractive are beautiful. So it's helping people, look into the soul, find the inner beauty, basically. And some souls that are ugly are just either they like that look or they don't want any attention. They have many reasons behind it. Some of it's karma. And of course, like a beautiful girl should get attention she doesn't want, but if she's not attractive, she won't get any attention. And of course, she'll be angry about that. It's like, you know what? You've already had the alternative, and I think you're good where you are. So some have not made peace with that either. But some wanted to attract others. They have certain reasons. Like if I'm attract a lot of notice a lot of attractive people are most likely to have kids. Of course, that's not always the case, but usually, from what I've seen, it's usually the case. So not always the case though, but most common. So, but even the people that are not attractive have kids, they might have more kids. So it's how they want to be perceived by others. Somebody has to do is are not attractive and have to learn self love to accept, well, what they look like. So a lot of combinations there, as you can probably see. So, Ryan, what have you been doing Astro recently? Seems like connecting to the Pleiadians us for assisting humanity on finding like their life's goal. Finding, because in the next 10 years, of course, this is a kind of prediction now, life's going to get less heavy. The heavy denseness is going to start clearing. We have a while for that. So helping people with their life's goals, I believe you're part of this clearing, but you're like in. It feels like you're like a psychologist or something like that in Astral too, assisting the third dimensional human, not necessarily the astral person. So you're doing a lot more than that, but that's like the dense answer there. Do I have any messages from the Blue Avians? Yes, you're forgiving them because not all of them are very. Not all of them are trustworthy. I do see you connecting to Martian energies. Whereas the Blue Avians can be very deceptive. Not always, but let's put it this way. When they're connected to deceptive ones come in first sometimes, and they push away the nice ones. And so I think you're connected to a nice one, you got not so friendly. So if you feel any aggression from any Blue Avians or any kind of unfriendliness, it tells you who's there. So they can be worse than reptilians. So when you connect to the nice cuddly ones, the nice friendly ones, you're in good hands. But there are some ones that are very, very militaristic here. Yeah, when you're connecting to vibration, it's not the easiest, as you're aware. So connected to positive Blue Avians, you should be fine. Yeah, just connecting in general, you never know. They're as aggressive as as reptilians are. Because what happens is people put down their defenses. They feel like they're all good. That's not always the case. Like Arcturians are usually pretty good. Pleiadians not so much. They take advantage of people. It just never ends, does it? So I didn't know that either. Actually, I've connected with some that are not so friendly, but I didn't really. It's like, I see like their fists are heavy. It's like, what is oh my God, it's Moses. Does my higher self have a message for me? Peace, love, and happiness. Go party, listen to music, chill. I don't know why I'm seeing Mexican music to help you let go of the old energies. Mexican music basically help you chill out, free yourself. Yeah, I think you'll like just some kind of Mexican music. Just it feels like you had a lot of Mexican incarnations in the past, so that's one of the reasons. So it was like it'll give you a recharge. Up to you. And Enki told me something about the time I was an Anunnaki Emperor. Yeah, you were very well. Yes, selfishness, but not always. You're very kind to females, but not very nice to males. You're very like males are here, kind of heavy on the sons, and just you're kind of flirtatious, Anunnaki also, but you're very much into technologies for advancing this civilization. But you were not exactly the easiest one to get along with at times. He also showed you can fly, also see wings appearing behind you. So For the most part, I mean, you're good, but you've had your moments. But definitely show worlds that are being terraformed and inoculate to terraform worlds. So, for their own purpose, of course. Oh, Susie, what I've been doing in Astral feels like healing family members. Archangel Michael is with you. You've been just with many great angels assisting this world. I see your energy around children also healing a great amount of them. The hardships here, it will get easier for children here. We're working on it. So I believe all your energies are around children and their incarnations. You connect to the fathers here to help them see. The mother is usually connected to the kids usually. The father is something like, oh, I don't know what the hell I'm doing. So it's like you bring that father element into the kid's life. Doesn't mean you have to go around, here on this world. So you probably can connect to some of that. Yeah, it's our astral selves. We might be an astral, but we're still here assisting. Like with whistleblowing and stuff like that. We play a role in that. We don't always realize it, but it's like, why am I looking at this video? Why am I listening to this message? You're right there to help set it up, to make it happen. Are there any messages for me? Yeah, just you clearing out, assisting more of the darkness of this earth being released. A big wave is on its way. I believe you're playing a big part in it, basically, to help people adjust when it does occur. Find their own answers, because some people are going to lose hope in their own selves. Like when darkness is revealed, like the Harvey Weinstein thing, for people was hope in humanity. It's like, wow, we really are horrible. And you're there to bring that fire up. It's like, don't look at yourself like that, because there are some that do. Like, there is good here. It's just not the easiest to find sometimes. So you're here to light that fire, it seems. You're doing it now. You're doing it now. Even if it's not easy to bring into your own life, but you do. But, it'll come more clear. I believe the angels are bringing a message on this. If you need to, I believe. Yeah, that was just. Miles, do I have any messages for my past lives? Well, I see when you mentioned, I see like a Western, a male from the Old West, kind of like a gunslinger. I'm not sure about bank robber, but a gunslinger of some kind. Mexican border. I understand. We have many versions of ourselves, but this one is, I don't think this one's a bank robber. I think this is one more like a gambler, like with cards, and test his luck. So with you is for you to realize you've had daring incarnations in the past. You've also had Anunnaki. Anunnaki's showing up again. And those lifetimes basically tell you that you have adventurous incarnations. This one, many people are here to bring the adventure back into reality. For right now, kind of slowing it down to heal it so it can move forward. So there's a lot of healing right now, as you can see. So just with your vibration, let's see, just they say just forgiveness. You just let your imagination flow of the adventure in your mind, your connections, aliens, whatever it might be. Just open up those blocks. Do I have any messages from, like, if I feel like you can't do it, stuff like that? You can't do it. Do I have any messages from the Arcturians on what I should accomplish here while I'm in Hawaii? Once again, connect with others. Do as you feel, but connect with others. Talk to people. Just be social. Do whatever you feel is right. Just, if you're not a social people, don't worry about it. But just have a good time. That's the main thing. Main message there. Nah. Yeah, that's my only message for that. Amy, what is the purpose of the fires currently happening close to my favorite town of Creek, Utah? Reptilians. There's a vortex there they're trying to block. Yeah, because some of these, I know it's like there are vortexes around, and I can say a fire is there to cause the difficulties for more positive energy to come through, so they put a fire there. Is what I'm getting. That's what I'm getting right now. Yeah, the whole California's on fire. Jeez, Utah, it's like it's unbelievable. What is the purpose of many souls choosing to be involved with the human trafficking and satanic puff? What is the purpose of satanic pedophile abusers? Was souls that want to have power over others. They gave in. Now, a lot of them are being blackmailed, framed, too. It's like, no, I have no choice. So it's a darkness within the soul that, especially those with power, they play with them, like politicians. And they just know that it's a reptilian agenda. Humans destroying humans, treating humans like garbage, like with low wage jobs too, is pretty much the same thing in some ways. These low wage jobs, like $8 an hour, you can't wait, and like rent is like $1,000. It's like it makes no sense. So it's part of the system, basically, degrading the human energies here. Basically, we're not, instead of we're all loving to each other, we're just kind of tearing each other apart. So, yeah, obviously, I mean, some people do feel like they need to save the world, of course. Quite understood, but it's not that easy. So, there's a lot more I can go into that, but yeah, that's the gist of it. Henry, first question: do I have any messages from Sylvania, female Arcturian? Realize more luck will come in. Just stay strong. Things will get better financially, mentally. It's you're going through a struggle, but that's you chose not to have it easy, but it will get better. Your human ways now. Realize your human thoughts are getting interfering into your spiritual connections. Let go of some of the human. Of course, you're human for a reason, but some of it kind of too hard on yourself sometimes. To let go of some of that so you can feel more connected. Question: do I have any messages from Archangel Metatron? Any messages from Archangel Metatron, Galactic Family? But this goes into the first question too. Just see, like a mile away from happiness. It's just the angel energies will increase. You might feel like there's angel wings, angel energies around you. We are ready. Yeah, they've become more of your best friends. So you've had difficulties with them, kind of shoot them away, but only because you need to experience the experience. But now you're walking in the back. Sometimes you're not shooting them away trying to be mean. It's so you experience these beings here. Because realize this life's only temporary. It's only, I know it feels like it's forever, but you don't get these type of connections anywhere else. So we put ourselves through hell, but because you can't get it anywhere else. It's like after you leave this world, it's like, oh man, I'm gonna go back to live crap again. It's like nuts. So that's another reason why we go through what we go through. Stacy, I've been having issue with my ears for over a year, constant crackling sounds and pressure. Doctors can't find anything. Is there guidance on what to do? But it's just allergies. Yeah, it's part of it. I mean, you can find different type of, like through the metaphysical connections of some reason I don't know if this is gonna work, but they have those things you stick in your ear, you set it on fire, and it pulls all the crap out of your ear. Now that normally does not come to mind. Yeah, I don't know what it's called, but yeah, you have to have somebody with you. Obviously, you stick a thing in your ear, you light it on fire or something, and it pulls out all this earwax out of your ear. Might work. So it just comes to mind. So yeah, holistic, metaphysical, somebody in there might be able to find assistance, but that might work too. Obviously, you only want to do that one time because you need that wax in your ears, but you can do, I think one time won't hurt. Question two: do my guys have any other messages for me at this time? Just continue what you're doing. You're breaking free of the old Stacy, going to the new Stacy. So they want you to just feel more confident and that you will connect to what is needed. Just basically, you are overcoming. Now, with the ears will clear up. That has a lot to do with stress too. What they're saying. So you're going to overcome a lot of inner demons. You're still getting yourself on track. So it feels like your ears are just clear up on their own, but you can always try that thing as long as you have somebody there to help you. If you're interested, if you're not, don't worry about it. You can look it online. I don't know what it's called. I haven't thought about that in a long time. All right, we'll go to Wanda, and then we'll go to Vasco. Can you please tell me if my Wanda? Can you tell me if my son Adam has parasites in his eyes? You swear you can see them at times and really bother him. Took him to the doctor, but they can't see it. Well, he's connected to different dimensions, so yes, in that regard. How to heal that? I was burn incense. I'd burn, do a clearing around himself. You know, the sage. Do a clearing because it does seem like there's a being that's. I'll do a meditation, light some candles, do a meditation, clear dark energies around him. Just use. You can do this for him if you want. If you can't do it, just basically do a meditation. Have the candles on, visualize him, and if you visualize darkness around him, bring it to light. Yeah, there's this. If you feel a being behind him or around him, send it to light. Send it all to light. That should do some. You should feel something there. Question two: my emotions have been all over the place for a few weeks, just trying to manage them. Don't know if it's the energy of what's going on. Yeah, the Earth's going through a shift at this time. You might be hearing people in pain, and you're not always hearing it verbally. You're feeling it. A lot of us go through that. We have no idea. You know, you feel like, oh, I feel terrible. It's not you. It's somebody else. It's so that you're assisting. You know, humanity is probably screaming every day at once. And so we feel those vibrations. You know, there's a lot of reasons to be, and that's what's going on. And healing that's not, and when you become vulnerable, you can ground your energies for this. Not always the easiest though. Rest. I would really recommend just rest. It feels like you're just connecting to the low vibrations of humanity. Now, that doesn't mean that you're connected to a low vibration. It's just that it's coming louder, you can say. It's just you're connecting more, and you can do a grounding. It's not the easiest to clear that, or just sleep, because we don't really we get stressed from work. We don't realize the vibrations of consciousness. That's what. Vasco, any messages from a higher self or spirit guides? Just study more, train more, study more. Whatever that is. But have fun with it. They say study more. It's like I'm hearing it loud. Just all right. So take that. Any wisdom from Pleiadians to me? Once again, I do see bowling with the reptilians. You are going interdimensionally quite a bit, obviously, with Arcturians. To level out your vibration here, because part of you is kind of leaving the Earth, so he's like, you gotta stay on Earth. But it's like consciousness, you're kind of drifting off sometimes. So with that, just with the reptilian energies here, now there's a lot of fun reptilians here. But right now, there's so many conflicting. Because it does seem like you're like in the middle of a galactic war of some kind. Aren't we all? And some of the conflicting energies are coming through. You feel like you're like in the middle of a war. Probably are. We're just not always aware of it. It's in a higher dimension. And you're part of a neutral energy, but also we're here to, I would say, reverse the negativity. And I believe you are casting out a lot of negative beings here, but you're talking to them. Like Anunnaki, Dracos, you're like talking to them before they get moved off planet. Like a psychologist or something like that. Something like that. These are the not so friendly ones because you don't want, we don't want to have a bad rap with everybody. We don't want you here, but we're, something like that. I don't think you're doing this for certain beings. Not all of them. Some of them they're kind of like, I hate to say it, but like Hannibal Lecter. You can probably feel some of that. Now, it might not go that extreme, but some of these beings are a real pain in the ass. So you see how humanity is. I mean, we make Hannibal Lecter the movie. Like, what are you people doing? When you think about it, it's like we must be out of our freaking minds. They call it entertainment, but living it, we're kind of living it too. So, all right, so any energies for that? All right, much love, everyone. Have a great night. Hey, I'll be back. I'm gonna try a radio show. If I have enough energy, I'll do a radio show Friday if everything work has been crazy. But definitely one Saturday. I'm not sure. I'm gonna try Friday night. We'll see how it goes. Should be okay. So, all right, much love, everyone. Have a great night.